If somebody wants to destroy a population of people, all they have to do is divide and conquer. Make the people fight against each other, and the people won't focus on what they are doing. There was a study with rats. I know it's bad. I don't agree with experiments on animals, but that's what they do. And there was this one study where they would put a rat in a cage and they would shock the rat, and the rat would just curl up and not move. But then they would put another rat in there, and then they would shock them both. Eventually the rats started attacking each other because of the anger built up. They just wanted to let out that emotion, and they would attack each other to the death. And that's what's going on right now. A lot of people are fighting against each other about their opinions, about what they believe, sometimes even to the death. I mean, people, that's how strongly held people have opinions. Okay, so the government and the news, media are putting out all these very polarizing issues, and they're giving people these opinions on them, and people are holding on to these opinions, like, let's say, abortion or LGBT or like religion or gun rights or the First Amendment, censorship, all these things. They're putting these issues out there, and people are just at each other's throats, BLM, all these things, Antifa. People are just at each other's throats, like, no, I'm right, no, I'm right, no, I'm right. And at first I was thinking maybe it would be better if people just kept their opinions to themselves and just love each other. Forget about your opinion. Forget about it. Just love, because that's what matters. People loving each other, treating your fellow man, your fellow woman the way you want to be treated. But then I was thinking, no, we need to have opinions. We need to be able to discuss opinions. We need to be able to debate and argue, because if we didn't, then we would never solve problems. We would never get over things. So we need to be able to talk about these things. And so I was thinking, like, what's the issue? Because a lot of times people are doing it out of the goodness of their heart. Like, let's take the shot, for example. The people who really believe that there is a deadly, sickness out there that's killing everybody, they want their family and friends to get the shot because they think that's going to protect them. So they have the other person's best interest in mind. Whereas the person who's like, don't believe what they see on TV, don't believe the numbers, and think what they're injecting into them is poison and is going to have long-term effects, also has the other person's best intentions at heart. So both of these people are coming at each other with very good intentions. So if both of these people have very good intentions, then you have to figure out who's the one that's being misinformed. Okay, who's being misinformed? I mean, what, like this guy. Okay, so there was a post on Instagram, and it was Ricky Gervais, and he was saying, our leaders are out of control, they're power hungry, blah blah blah. He outed all the pedos and at the Emmy Awards and or the Oscars. One year he hosted the Oscars and he outed a bunch of the pedophiles in Hollywood. But anyway, so it was Ricky Gervais, and this guy came out with a comment that says, Ricky Gervais telling it like it is. The effing CUNTS's in charge all are shite. Okay? So then, oh, actually, I'm sorry. That's what Ricky Gervais said. This guy, he says, you don't take 4 flu jabs in 1 year. Plus, it's not only the vulnerable, they are taking it. It's now children, which is insane. And then you have this guy that responds and he says, it's 3 and it's not mandatory or forced. And so then I replied, and it still doesn't work. Laughing, tell him, crying emoji. Any other product that doesn't work, people would never go back for more. Laughing, tell him, crying emoji. But poison in our blood that doesn't stop sickness, give me more, give me more. Laughing, tell him, crying emoji. And then he responds, going out on a limb and assuming you're not medically qualified either. Okay, so there, So there you so then if you take that and then so his information that he's basing all of his truth on is the fact that I am not medically qualified, whereas I can give him a huge list of why he's being lied to, and he could only say because I'm not medically qualified. And that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people that I talk to, they're like, "Oh, you don't have a degree. You're not a doctor." So that's what they're basing everything on. Whereas I can give them a list of things of the reason why they're being lied to. So basically, what it comes down to, I could have started doing what he's doing, which is kind of insulting, and go to start insulting him. But no, I just said it's called common sense. Because what I said earlier, it says it doesn't work in any product. It doesn't work. People would never go back for more. It's like, that's common sense, right? And so he replies, no, I think it's called dumb sense. And so that was really an insult. And so then at that point, you have to look at the person's intentions. Okay, it's no more about the person just cares about my safety and wants me to be protected. Now it's more about him trying to insult me, and maybe that was his whole intention from the beginning. You have to look at people's intentions. Okay, what are people's intentions? Like I said, usually with family members, one family member is like, "I don't want you to get sick from the sickness. Get the shot." And I'm like, "I don't want you to get sick from the shot." So we're both coming at it from our hearts, trying to help the other person. This person is not trying to help anybody. He's just trying to be deceptive, and he's insulting. So then I say, so your only argument is you guys don't have a medical degree, but I have pages of reasons why you're being lied to, and the cure is worse than the sickness. Keep sticking with that argument. It's very weak, and I'm not surprised that you can't see that. So I threw a little insult at him too, because his intentions aren't good. They're not good intentions. They're not nice intentions. He's not trying to help me. He's just trying to deceive people, and he's trying to insult me. So you always have to look at the intention of the person. But for the most part, like when it comes to abortion, it's like you look at people's intentions, and both sides have good intentions. Okay, the people who are pro-life don't want the baby to be killed, don't want another person to be killed. The people on the other side are saying, "Oh, well, what if she's raped? What if it's, incest or which is rape still? What if it's something like that?" So they have the best intentions, or you can't take away a woman's right to her own body. But when you say that, you're completely ignoring the fact that there's another living creature inside of the person that would probably want to live. So you have to look. So if you both have good intentions, you have to look at who's misinformed. And in my opinion, the person who is like just 100% pro-abortion is not thinking about the other. To me, they're selfish because they're not thinking about the other person that's inside the woman. Okay, but anyway, the point is, you have to look at the person's intentions. And like I said, a lot of times, everybody has good intentions when it comes to the Second Amendment. Oh, we need to take people's guns away. They watch something on the news and it says, "Oh, this poor kid, he shot, he was playing with a gun and he shot his friend or his cousin or his brother," and the family's all sad, and it's a sob story, but they don't show the true number. But they won't show the true numbers. They'll show the sob story to get people to want to take away guns from responsible citizens, but they won't show the true numbers that people protect themselves more often than people get killed accidentally with guns. And that's what the other side wants. They want to be able to protect themselves. They want to be able to protect their family, their friends. So both sides have good intentions, but one side is misinformed. The side that is just feeling bad for, the few cases where somebody accidentally shoots another person is misinformed because they're not looking at the big picture. Let's take Nazi Germany. Okay, what did they do before they put everyone in concentration camp? They took away people's guns. What are they doing in Australia? First, they took away people's guns, and they're putting people in concentration camps. And I just mean like it's a concentration of people in a camp. That's what's going on. So, taking away the guns, it's going to be worse than if we have guns. So the people are misinformed and they think taking away people's guns. The thing about it is also, is the criminals are still going to have guns. So you're taking protection away from people who are responsible to protect themselves innocently and allowing criminals to still have them and to be able to just have open season on anybody because the responsible average person is not going to have it. So the people that want to take away the guns are either they're misinformed. If they have good intentions, they're misinformed. But if they just want to take them away, and they don't have good intentions, then they're not on the side of the people. Okay, so it's all about the intentions. What are the people? Why do people feel the way they do? If the other person has good intentions, it's like if both sides have good intentions, it's like you guys both want the best for each other. So there's no use in arguing about the issue. The main point you should be arguing about is who is misinformed. Who is misinformed? That's what the argument should be. Shouldn't be fighting over any of this the actual issue itself, because then you start insulting and you start getting into these other areas. Whereas like I said, you both have good intentions, good hearts. So focus on who's misinformed. Okay, and then most of the time, the people who are misinformed are the people who don't do any research themselves, but just watch the TV and get news from the mainstream. Those are the people who are usually misinformed. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that most people have good intentions and have a good heart? Or do you think that anyone that disagrees with you is like evil? And because that's what they're trying to make it out as. Anyone who likes freedom is a terrorist. Anybody who disagrees with you is a terrorist, is evil. But that's not the case. The people that have a different opinion of you more than likely have a good heart, and they have their opinion because they think it's better for society, better for the world, better for everybody else. So let me know what you think. Do you believe me? Or do you think, just like I said, everybody, anyone that disagrees with you is evil? But yeah, from now on, you should figure out who's misinformed instead of insulting and treating each other like garbage.